side view.
So Errol, when did you start building your fiberglass pirogue? What is that from, the old Cajun patterns down there at Delacroix?
I guess when I was like 16 years old, my uncle Eddie, he's the one who used to always build the pirogues. And I guess about 50 years ago or so, him and I built the Cypress pirogues, because he had the patterns and the templates for the pirogues. So he showed me how to build them, and I built a bunch of them out of wood, plywood and everything since then.
So that old pattern that your boats are coming off of now, that would date back probably 100, 200 years?
Yeah, I guess, my uncle was always the one building all the wooden pirogues for my dad and everybody. And my other uncle, when they was trapping, because they used to use the pirogues for trapping muskrats. And I used to make a bunch of them out of plywood, but then I guess about maybe 20 years ago, I made one out of fiberglass for us to use. And then I started making a couple of other ones for us to use, and then, people started seeing the pirogues, and they would want to know, where we got those pirogues. They would ask my boys, And they said, well, my dad made them, Yeah, because they're a little different style. They're off the old style hunting and trapping pirogues that we always used to use. They're not a flat bottom pirogue. They got a rake on each end, which makes them easy to paddle.
Yeah.
Because the bow doesn't stand the water. It rides up above, so you can steer it and turn it either way. And then you ever get caught in a mud flat or low tide. A flat bottom pirogue, what it'll do is it'll dig and bury in the mud. But these, they'll ride up, so if you got mud flats you're trying to get over or shallow water, you can just push them and they'll just slide right over. And with my two boys, they both big. You see how big they are. Well, the old pirogues we used to have, they only had made out of a 12-inch plank, a cypress. So you had, by the time you put the rake in the pirogue, you had like 9.5 inches on in the middle and 11 inches on the ends.
So how much does your pirogue weigh?
I guess it weighs somewhere between 65, 70 pounds. And what it has on, a lot of pirogues have rolled edges on them, and so it doesn't give them any strength. And what I did when I made these here, I got these rails. That's about 1 by 1.5 inch. It's a hard plastic vinyl rail, and I stuffed it with foam to give it more flotation. And a lot of pirogues, the seats is all the way down on the bottom. It's just a solid piece of foam. Whereas ours, we keep them about 4.5, 6 inches off the bottom, because we used to carry our duck blinds with us, so it's open underneath the seat that you could put it up underneath the seat. And then, the rails are pop ribbon on the pirogue, so it gives it a lot more strength. The seats have got 2-inch foam in them, so it gives it some flotation.
One of them fiberglass jobs, if a man it'll last him a lifetime.
Well, they won't rot. They'll never rot. The trouble with a lot of the other pirogues that you see, like I said, they flat bottom. They don't rot as good. They don't have the same design as these here pirogues, and that's why we started building them, to sell.
Well, these glide through the water better than any ones I ever used. I'll tell you that, Errol.
And they're easy to paddle.
They paddle good.
They got a flare in them. They're not a straight side pirogue. They got sides are like 12 inches, and on the end they're like 14.5, 15 inches high. So we used to paddle maybe a mile or two to go where we're going to hunt. So we might be bucking wind. So you got that high bow which stops the water from coming over the ends, on you.
Plus you get to where you're going, you can always, if you want to, like we did this morning, we just sunk these behind the blind, pull them up.
Yeah, you can do that hunting in a swamp like this here, where y'all hunt, where we hunt, we just pull them up in the grass and sit in them and build our blind around them.
So y'all hunt out of them?
We hunt. We actually hunt. That's how we started hunting. That's how we always did hunt. Just basically, we each had our pirogue and we'd pull our pirogue in the grass and bring us a little bunch of roseaux and build our barn right around the pirogue and sit in the pirogue.
Well, I'd much rather ride somewhere than walk. Well, I consider them very stable.
Yeah.
I've been in some that I couldn't say that about. The sides were too straight.
Yeah. Well, you had no stability. If
That's
the
right.
sides are straight, these have got a flare on
Them
them,
flat
so
sides,
it gives you stability against the water.
Yep.
Give you a little more buoyancy too.
Yeah.
That
That
flare
flat
also
side.
allows you to
How
put
long are
weight
those
in.
pirogues y'all building? How long are they?
They're 13
13?
foot 6.
13.6.
It's got a 14-foot rail, but 13.6.
And I mean, we've had me and my son and my granddaughter in it. That's 530 pounds we've had in it during the teal season this year. You know, we trapped alligators during the teal season, and we had 2 7.5 foot. So, you know, we had me and 2 7.5 foot alligators in the front of them, and you still got plenty of freeboard in it. Like,
Jace, how many decoys you have in that another day? He had 100 decoys the other day.
yeah.
He's going on.
Well, we used to, you know, when we hunted
If
here,
it'll haul 100 decoys or 2 alligators, that ought to be all the man need to haul.
And you pulled that deer out the swamp the other day, you and
Yeah,
Ep and the deer.
me and Ep and the deer come out. I'm glad we didn't have to drag him all the way back to where we started. Ain't you, Ep?
Yeah.
well, we've got quite a few people that bought them for hunting deers in the swamp.
Yeah.
You know, to where they can get where the stands are, or if they shoot something, they can put it in the pirogue and come out with it.
Coach, you could hunt these little small streams, bayous, go up in there. You know, you could jump shoot ducks
A lot
or
of people,
hunt deer, hunt
People
them.
fish out of them
a
too.
lot
They'll
of people
bass fish
bought
out
them
of them.
for fishing bass in these little shallow places where they can't get with a boat. You know, they go in there real easy.
We got some big creeks up here in North Louisiana. That'd be perfect for them.
It's a versatile boat.
A lot of these duck cutters go out this shallow water, shallow flats. Some of these out there, them lakes in Texas and all, it's just too shallow to run, or even a mud motor. But you could carry your pirogue with you when your mud motor finally stopped. You could throw that in. You got 4 inches of water. It'd probably go in what, 2 or 3 inches of water, probably.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you can go over a flat.
You can slide it over a mud flat. You get them flat bottom pirogues filled, and you try to get over the mud, and they'll form a suction. You know,
Yeah.
you're trying to push it, and then it's like it's stuck to the bottom of the mud.
Yep.
You know, it won't move.
Yep.
And these here, because of the way they got that 2.5 inch rake on each end, they just slide up above. You know, you can slide them back and forth. You know, they just.
It's a fine boat, I'll tell you that. I love them.
Well, ever since we started selling them, everybody that has them, I hadn't had a bad complaint about any of them. You know, they all love the way they handle. And that's the main reason why I started making them to sell, because of everybody inquiring about them.
Jay, sir, that southeast wind.
Once it picks up,
Just waiting on a bird.
That's what we've been waiting on all day, right there. The wind's here. Watch
You're
out.
gonna get him right on the water.
get up, sucker.
Okay,
Get him, Scott.
He's gonna swim out.
do a water
Take him out.
That's what I'm talking about.
we ain't scared.
The degrees at home, where they come right
That's it.
from.
Now, you getting in our league here now.